research yesterday, and depending on the application you look at, apparently it's the biggest real estate developer in Nigeria. That is saying something. I don't have to tell you how massive that is. So to have you with us today is a huge delight. So let's hear from the very dynamic and the very young Dr. Ned Okonkwo. Let's give him a big hand. When Nigerians make money, they always add philanthropist. So he's a philanthropist. Right? We are pleased to have him here. So it's a delight to meet you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We give him more money now before we begin.
Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Kennedy Okonkwo, Nigeria's leading indigenous property development company. I run the Net Commerce Group, a consortium of 17 brands that are well vested in the real estate sector back home in Nigeria, in the e-mobility space, in the renewable energy space, in the agriculture space. But we started that journey from property development. And so when you look at me, don't see affluence. I'm not from that rich Okonkwo family, you know. But before I go for that, permit me to recognize the representative of the Bauchi State Governor, the Deputy Mayor of the Southern Council, my big sister and President of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, my very big brother who has decided to adopt me, Prince Afolabi, who has taken me around to ensure that Prince Afolabi, who has taken me everywhere to ensure that doors are open for me. And without him, that event we had last Saturday would not have been a success. You see, I was once a homeless boy whose home was under that Obakran flyover that faces the Obafemi Awolowo glass house in Kenya. And if you know it very well, that was home for us. So imagine what it feels like to wake up in the morning and you hear the buzzing of vehicles, CMS, and your system gets accustomed to the fact that despite that noise, you still need to catch a little bit of sleep. And you must wake up around 4 a.m. to ensure that you take a shower. Otherwise, when the bus stops get busting at 4:30, you lose the opportunity to take a shower. My story changed for the better the very day my cousin decided to take me away from that situation and give me a good roof over my head. And if you give a homeless man a good roof over his head, his vision of himself and society becomes better. That is my and so, going to school, education became my light. And like my father-in-law would say, I'll show you the light, you find your home. I found education, and with that, I'm able to find my way home. I'm not here to market you, but I'm here to thank all for what you guys are doing. Holding forth with a $2 trillion worldly diaspora bloc, Nigeria is rich. And Africa's capital, the world's capital, the capital that is needed to redevelop and refinance Nigeria is in the hands of everybody seated right here in this room. I remind people, when you left Africa, when you left motherland Nigeria, the problems you left there are still opportunities for wealth creation. People say you have made enough money, put them in fixed deposits. When you put them in fixed deposits, you earn very big interest rates and you don't have to work. But then, all those Nigerian youths that come out of NYSC, you will employ your cousins, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews back home. Think about that. And so I want to thank especially the NDDS, what they are doing in stimulating the real sector back home in Nigeria. I want to especially thank the Nigerian Diaspora Commission for all they are doing in sensitizing everybody in this room and outside of this room, and the media team propagating this story that Africa can be better if we all collaborate and bring something back home. My story is a story of not of competition but of collaboration. I'm not alone here. I came with my brother, my friend, the CEO of prestigious homes, Mr. Akito Aladejo, one of Nigeria's leading luxury property development companies. We are on a journey of sensitizing everyone that not all developers in Nigeria are bad. We have credible developers, and we have screened 11 of them, the 10 of them that we took on this journey of going around telling people to come invest money in Nigerian real estate. That is the only real estate that I know that guarantees you rental yield of over 7%. That is the only real estate that I know that when you put your money in, who may not be able to afford Thank you very much.
Still delivering the goodwill messages. Let's welcome, please, a great friend of Nigeria, former British ambassador and senior trade advisor on Africa in the Foreign Economic Office, Mr. Timor. Let's give him a big hand.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Still morning, I think.
Yes.
If anybody it's a great pleasure to be back at the summit.
No, it isn't. It's fine.
I had the privilege of attending the summit the last 3 times. I just would like to make 2 or 3 very, very quick comments. First, welcome to the UK for those who are visiting us. It's Ambassador, Special Advisor, Madam Representative of the Diasporas, and all the distinguished guests here. I think I would just like to make a couple of quick comments. One is to say how important the Nigerian community here is in the United Kingdom to the United Kingdom. Most of us are British together, but it's always worth saying, I think, that the United Kingdom gets enormous benefit from its Nigerian origin citizens who operate across all our major institutions, captain the English rugby team, and generally are an enormous positive influence in this country. I just thought it was important someone said. Now to salute the theme of the conference today. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Job creation is development. Job creation and good investment is the development of a country. This country has learned that. The United Kingdom promotes inward investment from around the world, which brings high quality jobs, it brings high quality business practice, it trains young people, it gives them hope for the future. And I think you're exactly right to be concentrating on that theme and how good it is to see such a Nigerian presence here from Nigeria talking to the diaspora here today. Can I quickly, but very sincerely, thank my friend Chief Prince Bimbo for his friendship, but congratulate him on the consistency of this event. Doing something again and again is the right thing to do. It's not a demonstration of madness. It's a demonstration that you have a subject which is true, and that you build over time a community who supports you. Congratulations, Prince Bimbo, for your personal qualities in this, which we all appreciate so much. So thank you so much for the invitation. The very best of luck with this day, these important discussions, and may the diaspora investment in Nigeria continue to grow, and may the Nigerian community here in the UK flourish. Thank you.
I think we have the wind beneath the sail. The wind that causes Bimbo to fly high. So let's give her her dues. To get right, the home front. You have opportunity to win in the bottom front. Mrs. Doreen Polani, let's give her a big hand. The lady who keeps the internet. Awesome. Can I please invite Miss Ndidi Ndoku, Chair of the Board of Trustees for her 5 minutes quick goodwill message. Is she in the audience? All right. Okay, we're going to win back some time there. Can I also invite, please, the Interim Director of the Royal African Society, our good friend Andrew Skipper, MBE. Let's give him a big hand.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols. I'm honoured and delighted to have been asked again to address you and wish you goodwill to this august gathering on the occasion of the Nigerian Diaspora MSMEs and Job Creation Investment Summit. So thank you. It's a particular pleasure for me, as I have many friends and business links in Nigeria, and I work with the UK government on trade relations and legal profession matters with Nigeria for years. Indeed, I received an honour from the late Queen for doing so. Now I also have the privilege and pleasure of being the interim director of the Royal African Society. This is a 124-year-old membership organisation dedicated to promoting understanding of Africa and the relationship between Africa and the United Kingdom. And we're committed to working with Nigeria and its diaspora in the UK as part of our mission. I'm very much looking forward to listening and engaging with this summit so I can take this forward alongside our chair and proud Nigerian, Mr. Aruna Ote. Aruna sends her goodwill to the summit. These are challenging times, and it's important that we work together to develop our networks and relationships and to build trust and collaborate, as the gentleman recently said. At the Society, I'm committed to this, and I urge all of you to do the same, to join us and commend the leadership of this summit and my friends here for their admirable efforts to bring us together, and I wish all the best for the rest of the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, how are you guys doing so far? Are you, yeah, all good? It's a very, very packed program. I'm sure you're used to ADIS programs. They're usually super packed, okay? So if you need to just stand up for a second and just stretch a little bit so you can accommodate more content, you're free to do so. Just stand. I didn't say go out. I said stand and just stretch. You know, getting you back is very, very tough. But standing up is good for your circulation. So you may just want to do it. The older you get, the more you put on stand these things. So just a little bit of stretching might do well. Yeah? Okay. Right. Now, we have a young lady. I was quite worried when I saw her on the program I thought she might be taking my work or my job. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So she's a medical neuroscience student. So she's very smart. She's a tech speaker. She's a mentor. She's founder of Behold Yahweh UK, a Christian organization dedicating to uniting believers and equipping them to create lasting impact in their communities for once beyond such high standards. So for her 5-minute charge up and motivational speech, let's welcome Emanuela Chijoke Ogurike. Give her a big hand. That's what we like to see. Fully behind, right? Go. Do you need a big step up? Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's so amazing to be here. I want to observe all protocol. So good morning to your excellencies, good morning to all the dignitaries, community leaders, distinguished guests, and any royal majesties that are here as well. Good morning, and actually good afternoon to you. It is absolutely an honor to be here today and have the opportunity to speak to you all. And I think something that is so beautiful about this particular gathering is that we all come here under or for one thing. And there's one thing that unites us all here today, and that one thing is vision. So we all desire to see change in the nation of Nigeria. And I'm sure many of you have traveled far and near in order to see the opportunities that can be searched out for this vision to actually be actualized within our community. True leaders or true effective leaders always have vision. But the journey to execution from vision is not always a linear journey. So the strength of your vision isn't always found in the idealization stage, but it is verified by the test of time. Its capacity to stand against adversity. So it requires audacity. But the people who make the greatest impact in this world, the most audacious leaders, the most audacious pioneers, are people who dare to come against the notion of impossibility. So the question is, can you see the possibilities of things that you have not seen? The only person that can stop you from making national change is you. Your perspective is everything. The ideologies that you hold in here affect the narrative that's in here in your heart. The ideologies that you have in here in your mind affect the narrative that you have in here in your heart, and that will impact your decision making and your behavior. But I'm aware that we are in a time, in a society that can appear restrictive. It can appear limiting. We face challenges, we face difficulty, opposition, even resistance. But with the desire to see vision actualized, is going to require a new level of innovation from us. So innovation, what is innovation? I'm sure many of you are quite familiar with the term, with the understanding. We've worked hard on different projects in order to see the increase of innovation. But there is a quote that I really love that speaks about innovation, and it is from Stephen Jeffers, and he says, innovation is the unrelenting drive to break the status quo and develop anew where few have dared to go. Very beautiful quote. I would like to describe innovation in a similar manner. A relentless drive to develop and implement transformative solutions. So it's going to require you to adapt. It's going to require you to be creative, to believe, but also it's going to require you to be able to evolve. The conversation of job creation and impacting the economy for the betterment of our nation is not just about initiatives that can be funded and can start up, but it's also about this concept, legacy. So legacy connotes this idea of being able to build something today that is handed down to the next generation tomorrow, or is handed down tomorrow. The question I pose is, what is your legacy? Leadership goes beyond yourself. It's about seeing beyond I. It's the dedicated investment in people to carry out your legacy. This is a question I really do want us to think about as we embark today in different discussions. When we sit here and we talk about the economy and how we can make Nigeria better, how we can give back to this country, how we can invest in this nation, I really want us to remember that behind every job is a life. Behind every business initiative is a group of people. So you're not just investing in the economy, you are investing in people. When you do this, when you invest in people, have this understanding that is at the foundation of why you do what you do. You begin to make a statement to people of the nation, saying that we want to ensure that you have the opportunity to see your dreams materialize into reality. You give them the hope that dreaming and no dream that they have is too big. So there has to be the breaking down of this concept of impossibility. The economy is built up on people within the land. So beyond the conversation of job creation within Nigeria and economical advancement, it's about what systems, or it's about the systems that enable people to feel heard, to feel seen, and to believe they have access to greater that can provide enough stability for them to therefore be active citizens within the nation. So these people will eventually carry out vision and not want to give up. People will dare to dream for better for the nation. So I come back to the question of, what is your legacy? Is your legacy going to be that you didn't have enough courage to actually believe that there was greater than what you've been exposed to in life so far? Is it going to be that the first hurdle of hardship or opposition to what you're trying to build or establish, you throw in the towel and you give up? Is your legacy going to be what if? All of these ideas, all of these thoughts, but you never actually brought it into fruition. You failed to execute. So you're left with a loop of what if I did? Or is your legacy going to be that through it all, and all the difficulties and all the hardship or all the opposition that may have come against you, you decided to stay firm to the vision and to fulfill and execute it, regardless of what came before you? You stood by the hope of a better tomorrow. So leaders, if you cannot identify who your succession is, then you need to ask yourself, are you truly building a legacy? Will what you have developed and built live on outside of you? Will your impact still speak if you are taken out of the equation? You have the opportunity to invest, to impact, the heart, soul, and minds of individuals, which leads to transformation. And this transformation breeds invested people within the nation. And invested people will carry out succession because they dare to dream and execute. But people who impact the heart, soul, and mind of individuals are intentional people. Resources will come and go, but people hold the keys to innovation. So take a look around today at all the people and all the faces and all the hearts who are in this room. Transformation doesn't happen through one man. True transformation, transformation that lasts, transformation that holds legacy, happens through people, with people, because people are the greatest investment. So thank you so much for listening.
I just want to mention that I've only just met Emanuela. When you listen to, she's 21. When you listen to her, do we have a future or not? Do we have a future or not? So what she's done today is to motivate us. Let's go and invest and create jobs in Africa and in Nigeria particularly. But today we're focusing on Bauchi State and Katsina State. Bring out all of your projects and please talk to us because we don't want them to travel back to their states empty-handed. We really have to come up with practical ideas and solutions. Many of you have been talking to us about projects that you have. Let's talk about how we can talk to them for ease of business, how they can support you to set up businesses in Bauchi and Katsina State. I'd like to recognize in the room a couple that have played a major role in the diaspora. They have really, and I was privileged to take them and 41 other people from different countries across the CARICOM countries. That's across what we call the Caribbean countries, America, Jamaica, and different countries. And we took them to Nigeria in November last year. They are making waves, and I was privileged to have been invited on board of that organization as as an advisor on the board of trustees. Here in the room, we have Papa and Mama, Papa Paul and Mama Grace Eganda, our Royal Highnesses. His Royal Highness. They flew in from Uganda even yesterday. And they travel with initiatives, they travel with ideas, they travel with businesses. So it's not just traveling for traveling's sake. And uniting the Black community for us to be training together, we bring things together. That's what we do regularly. Please talk to them, see how you become part of what we're doing. And I'm taking them to Nigeria again next year. So we're planning to go back to Nigeria again next year. So do the overall action. Thank you. By the way, I have a question to ask. All these campers, are you all part of what we do here? The gentleman over there interviewing everybody. I know you're bringing your content, but it's not free. Okay, they are real. Yeah. Just checking. All right, now we have a very, very important speech, so I'd like you to set it, please.
Don't streaming it.
Okay, so we have a very, very important speech and speaker, so I need you please to focus and concentrate for a minute. Thank you very much. As Chief Bimbo said last year when we had everyday guests, I remember we hosted this dynamic young gentleman, and he loved what we're doing here, and he promised to come back and support again. And from the information I received from Chief Bimbo, when he went to Nigeria, he accorded Bimbo all the highest graces and hospitality he could muster. And he's here today with his contingent. And here, you heard, he's also been upgraded. What is it about food? It's something we have to address. You know, I'm serious. And it's not like this is only like the chips. No, relax. People think you've never eaten it before. Relax. I understand it's money. They give you money. I understand. Huh? So he's been recently upgraded in terms of his role and title. He is now the special advisor to the president on job creation, MSME. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Nigeria, help me welcome from the president. Help me welcome from the president. Oh, let me get the chair. Mr. Temitola Adekunle Johnson. Let's give him a big round of welcome. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I actually I've written a remark. I was going to come and read. Was sitting over there, I said just come and speak from my heart. So I'm listening to, especially listening to some of the remarks, some of the witnesses. Before I go into what I'm going to speak about, let me congratulate the organizers of this event. Honestly speaking, I need to start about two and she was working on the there's something in London, I think you should go there. So I don't want to go for a talk show. I don't want to go for the show that people talk and nothing. It's like, no, go and give me feedback when you come. Then by the time I came for what you guys did last year, I think I barely feeling when I called her. I said, I said, okay, I think this group, they're up to something, just like I told you. And I said to her that without permission, because she's in charge of the Diaspora, without permission, can I go ahead and partner them and see how we can make this bigger? So that she was like, by all means. So it was that premise that we reached out to a few states and a few agencies to say, come with us, come and see what I saw last year. Because when you go and invite people to come, when you go and invite governments, agencies, and states, come and be a partner, it's something that they're not aware of, they've not been involved in. It takes a bit of convincing. So I said to them, I was there last year. I was there. And the good thing is that I think I'm seen as someone who likes to perform. So I was able to convince a few of them to come. And the title of what I'm going to speak about is Nigeria the Eagle. I see a lot of potentials. We keep talking about potentials. Yes, great potentials. But I've also seen, I'm only 47 years old by the way. So when I say I've also seen, like I'm 60 years old, I've also seen and I've read about how potentials can be wasted, if not properly tapped. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all here today, whether it's Nigerians or non-Nigerians, because deep down inside your heart, whether you like Nigeria or you're obsessed with Nigeria at the moment, or maybe there's something that is going on in the country you're not happy about. Deep down inside you, you want Nigeria to thrive. Yes. I know that because anywhere I find myself in the world, when I hear anything negative about Nigeria, my blood pressure goes up. Because at the end of the day, if you remove yourself from Nigeria and say that from Sherlock, you are able to find your way outside. You've got family members there. That's where we know. That is the place of my birth.
So the youth of Nigeria and the small businesses of Nigeria is seriously calling for your help. We need to, for the successful people out there, UK, Europe, anywhere, any part of the world, if you have a successful business, come and get a franchise in Nigeria. Come. The government is trying to ensure that we're creating a level playground for everyone to try. Come and create a job. Take somebody off the street. Come and create a sustainable job. Sustainable job. We have a plan. Now, people are saying, come and create a job. Come and create a job. He's a government man. Come and say all these things. Nothing. Now, I'm asking you to come and create a job. Because after being appointed on the 11th of September 2023, till date, with the help of Mr. President and the government, I've led schemes that have created 147,000 jobs. My name is Timothy Adekunle Johnson. You can verify some of the things I say to you. Fact checking. 147,000 jobs till date. Our vision is to actually create annually 5,000 jobs in each state. Now, I'm an advisor to the president, but for me, there's a small business in every state. So, as it is important for Mr. President to ensure that we create jobs, so it is also important for the governors, because all those businesses are domiciled in their different states. You cannot create all the jobs you want in Abuja, for instance. You can't. So they are governors. So the good thing is that we have a scheme called the National MSME Clinic. So we use it to reach out to different governments. So, Excellencies, we as federal government can provide XYZ. Can you meet us halfway? And with that, we'll be able to, as of today, we've launched 13 industrial hubs. 13 different industrial hubs. Now, what is very important is that none of this hub was from the federal government's coffers. No. It was some strategic partnership. Strategic partnership. The only way to grow any economy is partnership. And I like what I heard from Ned. Ned, honestly speaking, I heard so much about you. And the way I heard, Ned, this is Ned, I'm thinking Ned was like 60 something. So when they said you're 47, I'm like, hold on, you can't be 47 because I'm 47. You're doing an amazing job. The government, as far as government is beginning to pay attention to people like you. Yes. Private sector individuals are supporting the government, creating jobs and sustaining those jobs. Because one hand you can create a job. If you create a job in January and by December that job is lost, back to you. We are creating and sustaining those jobs. I do not want to let the part out of the bag. But this year, the government will look for you. And if you are in that space, creating and sustaining those jobs, we'll be discussing that at more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to ask you to support us in Nigeria. Support some of the schemes that we are doing. On our own, we've initiated the MSME clinics, we've initiated the MSME hubs. Now, because one of the greatest issues for SMEs is the rising cost of funds, interest rates. No business can survive on 32%. It's madness. No business can survive on 35% consistently. It is near madness. If I get we need to reach that gap. So what we have done from the federal government is we have spoken to the state government to say, let's work out what you call a de-risking fund. Now, what would that de-risking fund do? State governments, the SMEs are in your states, give 1 or 2 billion of your own state money, your own state fund. Give that money. We, federal government, will get a commercial bank that will match that 2 billion. Now, because usually the fear of every state government or federal government is that if we give you facility at 90% and you don't pay back, how are we going to augment, or we're going to be losing our money? So the insurance aspect of it. So we're not saying that as a state governor, I'm not a state governor, by the way, as a state governor, if you are giving out 2 billion of your money, I will be able to successfully give you a commercial bank partner that gives another 2 billion. We have insured that fund for you. The commercial bank is going to insure by 50%, your state will going to insure by 50%. So give my SMEs in my state this fund at no more than 10%. If they do not pay, take from my money. And it's a scheme that we think is going to work because it has worked in other places. It has worked in economies that don't even have half of our population. We have close to 34 million SMEs. Well, the report came out sometime last week to say that we lost about 7 million small businesses. But now, that's weird. If you say we lost about 7 million SMEs, but what you must understand that as a result of COVID, a lot of small businesses scaled up and started digitalizing their businesses. Now, and that's not just Nigeria. Now, there are businesses that have actually realized that they've got greater potential in digitalizing their businesses than just having a cubicle where they go to every day. These things are easier done by internet. So, basically speaking, so when you say you've lost, so is there an issue of people migrated? That's still in the realm of discussion. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, this de-risking fund, with this de-risking fund, we are hoping to change the narrative in the small business in the small business space in Nigeria. We're hoping to create sustainable jobs. We're hoping to create 5,000 jobs in every state. Beginning this year, that scheme should be launched by May. It should be launched by May. And as I speak to you, we have 27 states that have signed up for the scheme. So it means that there's a rude awakening, even within the state government, and everybody's coming together, whether federal, state, local. How do you create jobs? Basically. So everyone is coming together. Well, I hope that this works. If we can go on this trajectory for at least 2 years, sustain this, then we'll be open to other discussions. What we need is support on training small businesses in Nigeria, especially with regards to digitalization. We want small business owners to be able to sustain their businesses. When you have a business and you do not even know the difference between profit and loss accounts, that business will shut down. You have to spend what is not your profit. You assume that you've made money. You don't make money. You probably barely just broke even. I mean, I come from a small business space. I tell this story regularly. At some points in my life, I had nothing. I got some loan from a bank, and I saw people eating shawarma. And so what I did was, I knew that everybody sells shawarma, so what would make mine different? And how would I sell? So what I did, I went to 10 different churches. 10 different churches. And I told the pastors that, can I have my stands in your church every Sunday? And we're like, what's then? I'm like, oh, I have my stand in your church every Sunday. I have 2 people making for the public, then I have 1 person making for your staff, your workers. So every Sunday, my shawarma stand, every Sunday. My friends used to call me Sunday morning man. Every Sunday, my shawarma stand. on the average, I used to make close, then I'm talking about 2010, 2011. On the average, that time I used to make close to almost 200,000 every Sunday. Then I now migrated. I said, okay, this is good. And I went to the clubs and the lounges. And I put my stance there every Friday. Every Friday. So I made money on Fridays, I made money on Sundays. I paid my tithes though, so those things No, but from then onwards, I was able to build myself a little business empire. I mean, I was not competing with anybody, I just went to survive. Basically. I was able to build myself a little business empire. But because I was not a businessman, I went through a lot with some government agencies. So when the Lord presented an opportunity, when President Barry appointed in 2015, at first I told them that all I'm going to do is going to be small businesses. And they were shocked because they had other portfolios. I said, no, it's going to be small business because I was coming from that space. And I had small businesses. I wanted to talk to the likes of NAFTA, ITF, Bank of Industry, CSE, and see how we can ensure that small businesses in Nigeria thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigeria fails or succeeds. It's not only in the president's hands. The president is, at every point in time, somebody must lead. So, right now, he's going to keep doing his best. We, whenever we find ourselves anywhere in the world, whatever quota, whatever you think you can do to make that country called Nigeria a better place. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed for anybody. You can't say, oh, you know what, I'll think about it. Maybe on Friday. Just gives you the impression that Friday you'll be here. The good you can do today, do it today. If you have the capacity to do it, don't still do any good. So if you have the capacity to do that, we'll do it today. With regards to the room, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Martin, please, you and Mr. Bimbo, is it not high time to bring this deal room to Nigeria?
Yes!
Why I'm saying so is that what I'm saying so is that we've been able to support coming to London, but I think we have the contact and the sort of capacity to support even bigger if it's done in Abuja. And because of this, I am going to be, Mr. Bimbo and your team, I'm saying to you, with Honorable Alike, bring this to Abuja. I will look for those that will support you. But doing two things when you come, bring those that will give us good deals, that will give us good deals and close those deals. Deals that Nigerian small businesses will benefit from. States, federal, and the small businesses themselves. So the focus should be here, the states, the federal government, and the small businesses. Small businesses must survive. We can't have a nation without small businesses. There are no million businesses any longer. Don't be yourself. Small businesses must survive. MSMEs in Nigeria are 20-something million. Almost 98% of them are MSMEs. They are micro. They are micro. So that's why we need to ensure that people like Ned, Okonkwo, and the rest of them that are trying to ensure that that are diligently ensuring that their businesses are sustained. The government needs to keep supporting them. The government needs to keep supporting them. Mr. Bimbo, sir, I've said something without you being here. I've asked and I'm begging that you please bring this lovely party to Abuja next year. Can you consider it? Can you consider it? Bring it to Abuja next year and have a support for that. You see,
what you're doing is great. So I think you underestimate what you all are doing because you all are involved. You know, when you're doing something, you don't think it's great, but what you're doing is great. You bring Nigerians in London to come and do this year in, year out. And you've been doing this since 2013. It is great. It's high time we make this the next big thing. You said it was the biggest thing in 2013. Yeah. Let's go back to the next biggest thing. We'll be with you all the points of mine. I know I have been able to convince you and Nigeria, the eagle, and that MSME space and job creation space. That is a lot for everybody to do. I'll be going. Okay, in conclusion. Yeah, I remember doing debates and competes and education. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be in your midst. Thank you. God bless you.
Can we just give them a big hand, please? Big hand. Your speech was on very well. So really, really appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you for giving your word also. Thank you very much. All right, now because of time. We are trying to speed up to lunchtime, okay? Just we've got 3 quick speakers before lunch, all right? And then we break for lunch. Can you please help me welcome the chairman and CEO of Smmit, Honorable Mrs. Advocate that we hear about. Speak more about job creation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora.
Good afternoon.
And when I see all of you, I always say I'm so proud that I'm a Nigerian. If we're all proud to be Nigerian, let's appreciate ourselves. I mean, awesome. Let me pay my respect and confidence to all of you, my brother, TGI here. Tola Johnson, my sister from Katina, and my brother. Good afternoon again. You know, where's Bimbo? Walking up and down. You know, I came in and, like I said, there's a problem, there's chaos at Heathrow Airport. That's right. And I don't know, I'm supposed to just be heading to New York, but I think I'm stuck here. But guess what? I didn't hear people cussing their country. And there is no solution. There are no generators. That's why it's shut down. All 5 terminals are shut down. But I didn't hear come back to hell in this country. This country is a zoo. I didn't hear that. No, it's not about happy all the time. It's about how you portray your country. It's about what you said. I'm taking that. I'm going to continue for what I'm saying. It's about how you portray your country. It's about what you say about your country. It's about your perception. So whichever way, like we have heard here, we are the ones that will join us to build that country. And I thought I would start with that. Because just to take what my brother said. Well, meanwhile, good afternoon, everybody. Let me pay my respects and compliments to all the speakers before me to the messaging. And I'm so impressed with one of you. My brother, Sonny Lamb, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you.
Is watching some time ago. Nigel is gone. Me, I guess. How are you? Thank you for your great speech. Nigel Congo.
This would think.
No, I've seen Mr. Zanko, sorry. Now, again, you did a great job. Like Thomas said, there's so much more that we can do with you. Tim Morris, and where's the young lady, the 21-year-old? Can we appreciate this? There's a program on the 27th. We talked about this from young people, something to do with the music. So please let me have your details. You are the future. Nigeria coming to get involved, coming to participate, coming to open those doors that are there for you. So we're proud of you. Welcome. So I think I'll just Ned said something about collaboration. I think that's the key word here. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. So Bimbo, thank you for, where is he? Can you come and sit down? On the back, we sent him to Gaza. And this is Bimbo. I was telling him that I'm such an amazing one, you know, always the strength behind the husband. Thank you for all you do. So I won't go into any boring long speech. I just want us to motivate ourselves, you know, about why we are here. We are here because we all love our country and we want to see Nigeria become a better place to live in. And in doing that, there is our role. I think welcome myself to Katina. I'm sorry, and my sister, Diaspora to the Bauchi State Governor. My sister also consider diaspora. And by the way, every state has a diaspora. That's what we have done. So when you want to bring an investment to Nigeria, you don't have to come to Abuja. You can go to your state through the various focal persons. And that's part of why it's easier to connect with them and have them connect with you. Lagos has a diaspora office, now has a full office, an agency. Abia has a commission. Edo has a commission. Anambra has a commissioner. Another state also has a commissioner. So I'm telling all the states that we hope that they will all have their own diaspora agencies with funding so that they make the job easier for all the states to be able to engage with the diaspora. But Enugu now has diaspora persons at the local government level. And I think that is a good one, and other states will do the same thing. So thank you very much, Diaspora, for your persons. Now, MSMEs and what Tola has said. Tola, I think you are the appropriate person. But let's start by saying, deal or no deal? Deal or no deal? Okay. He said we should bring this to Nigeria. But I'll just say that already we have some people. How come people? Because I have a program because I want to financial guy. You throw a better with the airport. Not right. So, back home in Nigeria, and I was telling you that being born here. This is what we thought we should do. Big Boy is doing this here in the UK, Nigerian Diaspora Direct Investment Fund. I was saying, yes, we'll support you. Let's come here and show, let us see what tools we can get. But we also said back in Nigeria, let's have the Diaspora Investment Summit in Nigeria. So every November, we gather together at the presidential villa to host investors in Nigeria. So we see the diaspora actually coming home with deals. We see them coming home with what can be done. There are pitching sessions, and you see particularly small businesses who come to showcase their businesses. And I'm proud to say that I think we've done that in the last 4 years or so. I can't remember, 5 years or so, and it's been very, very successful. And it shows that Nigerians in the diaspora will in their own country. So what we need to do is make it bigger. As I speak with you, we hope we can use the international conferences, and the presidential pillar is getting too small. In 2024, we couldn't even host a lot of those who want to exhibit their products. So we're hoping that in partnership with you, and your office, Tola, we can make it bigger, have more of you come. I want to see the investors here. Let's see you in Abuja, so that we can, really show you that what we're doing is not a talk show. So I hope that we can do that and have, that again, one-stop thing in Abuja, where we all come together again and say, you know what, we are investing in Nigeria. And what we're expecting the diaspora to is people that want to invest in Nigeria. And when we did our focus on Ojo, after that, Ojo had a Disney point. I look at what is happening there today. And then we also work so much with Kebbi, Lagos, and Kwara, actually every state. So really, it's about making it bigger. So we accept the deal, Tola, and we are promising to support. And our focus is on small businesses. As he said, and thank you for what you've been doing, creating all these jobs, and an amazing guy. He's just been promoted. Let's say congratulations. I think you're very best. Just yesterday, I had a good meeting with the Minister of Industry and Investment, Mr. Jumoke, and we talked about this summit. If she had not earlier, she would have come. But she has promised that she will be here for your next summit. But most importantly, there are plans that the minister has in place for the diaspora and incentives to have you invest more in your country. We talk about remittances all the time. I don't want to overflow, but I thank you for helping the Nigerian economy. Through you, the diaspora, we've recorded over $90 billion in remittances in the last 5 years. And what you can tell is about being born, sending money through Madam to give IT. Yes, it's to little things, Medicare, education, and all that. Yes, we know that, but it has helped the Nigerian economy. It's more than what you have represented, it's more than the budget of some states in Nigeria. But we are saying that beyond remittances, you can encourage investments. And as we have heard, it doesn't have to be the big things. You can train people in small businesses. You can build capacity. You can take that little girl or that little business that is just about to start and bring your capacity to train them, to guide them, to help them. You are in the diaspora, so your wealth of knowledge and experience and your skills, we agree, is better than what you probably have at home. So how do we tap into your skills and your resources and your capacity to help Nigeria grow? So you don't have to bring money, but bring your influence and your wealth of knowledge and your passion for Nigeria. With the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investments, we'll be announcing something very soon. Just like Tola, we won't let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to excite you. Something to do with the diaspora and investments. And you know what? No matter what, nobody can ignore the Nigerian diaspora. Not anymore. Every state, every ministry, every speech they make, they talk about the diaspora. And guess what? We're proud to take a bit of credit for that. Because in the last 5 years, we keep telling people the diaspora, the value is immense. The value is important. We cannot grow without the diaspora. India, China, Pakistan, Israel, they don't talk about the development without the diaspora. Nigeria should not be left behind. And I'm glad that what people like Bimbo are doing, we are not being left behind, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I want to encourage you. I want to beg you. There are challenging times in our country. We know that. But we have to walk through and overcome whatever challenges we face. Along with our President, Bola Tinubu, who is determined that the welfare of Nigerians will be paramount in whatever he does. It's tough. But like the President himself says, when you're in labor, for those of us women that understand what it is to be in labor, it is a tough pain. But the moment you give birth to your baby, you forget all the tears and all the pain and all the sorrow. So we are pregnant at the moment, and we are going to have the same delivery under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu. We are one big family, but we live in different rooms. So why don't we see ourselves as that one big family living in different rooms? And for my room, I need to knock on your door and say, hey, I have Maggi, but I don't have salt. Can I have it? So let's see ourselves as brothers and sisters working together to build our country. And that's why we're here. I'm sure we'll have things to do. That's why when we have somebody say, let's come together and talk about, he can be somewhere else making money. He can be somewhere else doing other things. But what have you coming together and say, let's talk as Nigerians. What can we do to make our country better? We have to appreciate you. We have to support and we have to encourage you. And my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, we have many programs for you. The Diaspora Day is July 25. Please participate. If you can't be there physically, join us online. It's getting bigger and better. We are building the Diaspora Data Portal. I don't know, but I'm sure if you go online, you see, just register on the portal. This is where I am. This is what I'm doing, so that it's easy to get to know you better. Now, diaspora voting, if it's going to happen, it's important to also have data. So we are trying to build the data now. So if you go on the portal, just register about your name, what you do, nothing deep. Google has your data anyway. So register on the portal, we're trying to do that. So in diaspora data mapping, so that we can do what the diaspora voting, I'm hoping that the National Assembly will amend the Constitution. But honestly, you guys still need a lot of work to do, to convince them, to talk to your parliamentarians, to appeal to them. We're not saying it should happen tomorrow, but we're saying if you amend the law, it can happen when INEC has the infrastructure to make it happen. But we're hoping that without amending that regulation, we can't really do anything about diaspora voting. There are still arguments for and against. Oh, are we ready? Are we ready? What are we ready? So part of your agenda, diaspora groups, organizations, let's be an agenda. And let's stop all this fighting each other. In every association, there's a crisis. So let us face it. Whether it's Kano, whether it's Nido, there are factions. There are some in court. Now Africa is in court. Over what? So why don't we set a strong agenda? And the serious people don't join these organizations anymore. I don't think my 21-year-old is in any organization. They just go and do it on their own. So let's put Nigeria first in what we do. You have the Diaspora Commission where you're embassy in Nigeria. And you know that whatever problems you have or challenges, also, we try to give solutions. We may not do everything, but we try to do our best. So please, get in touch with us at being@midcom.com.ng. We will always reply. If you have something serious to have us work with, we are there for you. You know, we must get Nigeria to where it truly belongs, the top of the party. And we're looking together. And you know, you are the greatest asset that Nigeria has. Human capacity, human resources. I mean, which country has us? Is that which country? No, but I'm not even joking. There's no country that has the kind of swag, the kind of personality. What else? The kind of what else? As Nigerian, you know. So let's make the best of it. Let's celebrate ourselves. Let's bring out the best of ourselves. Let's work together to build our country. Whichever way, home. Home. So in conclusion, as I round up, I just want to encourage all of you, encourage people. It's tough, I know, getting the funding, getting people to get together, but we're here for you. And by November this year, we want to have even a bigger program in Nigeria with people leading a delegation of teams from the UK so that we can see on ground and say, Mr. President, look at what your people in the diaspora have done. So let's show you off in Nigeria. It's not enough to do it here. We work together back home in Nigeria with total support. He says he's going to fund everything. What is it? So most importantly, my brothers and sisters, thank you for this. Thank you for this event. I'm sure it's not a talk show. I've been here every year, apart from last year. Thank you, Bimbo. And together, we'll build our country, Nigeria. Together, we'll ensure that Nigeria truly becomes the greatest country in the whole wide world. We can make it happen. And we will, together, make it happen. Thank you very much. I appreciate everyone. Thank you very much.
that is the president of Nigerians anywhere in the world. So while I was away, I heard that the president's advisor threw a challenge, and now I also heard that the income chairman also threw a challenge that we should come and do something practical in Nigeria. So we are not about talk shop, and that is why you can see some people going upstairs to have meetings. So meetings are being organized at our place. We want to be very, very critical. We don't want to just be here to be making speeches. The speeches are for us to understand each other, to network, meet each other, and all that. But I can tell you that a lot of diasporans have relocated home through NDIS since we started in 2013. In fact, the very first one that we had was in Kaduna State. And then I physically saw people in Bayelsa State also. We've had people go to Oyo State, people who have relocated because they found that it is easier for them to create wealth in Nigeria after spending so much time in the diaspora. And the reason we bring all of these states is that because we're just one country. So there's absolutely no reason why many of us here can't just go to Bauchi State and Katsina and become very successful. One of the greatest achievements we had was when we took people to Oyo State. And we had people from the southeast. You would never believe this. I have friends who used to live with us in the UK. I've set up businesses there, bakery, and now have hotel in Oshobo, right from London. Instead of going to Ghana, I'm sorry, Ghanaians, don't be annoyed. We love each other as Africans. We should be promoting for Africans. But because of our population in Nigeria, obviously Nigeria dictates the most of the time. But we encourage people to invest in Africa. So please, accepting the challenge. We're leading a delegation. We will go to Nigeria together in November. So if you have businesses, please talk to us. We will set up deal rooms. The deal rooms means that's where you sit down face to face and you negotiate and you talk about I need land and they say this is how much you do for you. And government officials tell you we help you process your land. Nigerians in diaspora, we're not asking for free things at all. We're not saying give us free land. We're just saying when you give us that land, make sure that when we pay for it, that we get government documentation. And there's no Onile or somebody that will come and fight with us about it. That's all it's all about. Thank you so much.
I'm amazed that all of you are so comfortable. No one is in a hurry to go anywhere. Thank you so much. I think we are meant to have two more speakers, but I think one of our speakers having a meeting probably upstairs. So we have just one and hopefully Q&A and then it's lunchtime. Yeah. So help me please welcome our next speaker. We'll be speaking to us about farms and resource. Dr. Muki David, Group Managing Director of Extra Large Farms and Research. Let's give him a statement, please. I was looking for you when we had something. Welcome.
So I thought you would say something about this amazing lady, because she speaks. If you're looking for a very intelligent, beautiful, passionate, what else can I say? Entrepreneur, elegant, good heart, beautiful inside and out, has the passion for our country, that's the motivated. I met her in Canada at one of these firms, and honestly, what this woman is doing in Nigeria is amazing. You know, you're going to hear from her. I just thought, honestly, I don't know how to let her on, but this is the kind of Nigerian woman that we should be celebrating, encouraging, and supporting. You know, Mochi, we appreciate you, and I wish you all the very best. I need to know you be here, but here you are. Thank you so much. Please clap for this program.
Just to show you how important she is. She's employed over 1,000 Nigerians. She's from the Diaspora. Over 1,000. And she went back home. So we should go and create our own jobs and be like this.
Excellencies, very distinguished persons who are here today, my fellow attendees. I would not be having a speech without calling to my side the reason why the public got just now. Yeah. About 18 years ago, my husband, his name is Sheyabi Bola David, he's here this afternoon. After going to look for what is in your Sokoto, in Sokoto, like they always say, something just right inside your pocket, and you're traveling around all around the world looking for what we were looking for. He just woke me up one day when we were in Europe, and he said, God said you should go back to agriculture, to Nigeria, and do agriculture. Oh, you know how it is. Normally, everybody's always scared of going back home. So I said to him, I said, you know what we're going to do? I love you, there is no question about that. By the way, we've been married for 25 years, and I'm going to so he said, please, you just let me stay and take care of the children. You know, I'm a praying woman. I will pray for you, you know. Because I was scared. And they said, no, that's not the plan of God for a marriage for the husband and wife. I said, if God told you, has to tell me also. I'm going to put my neck into to show. And when there are challenges, I have to always go to something like he spoke to me. So, to cut a long story short, a few months after, I prayed about it, I showed me the green light, and then we went back to Nigeria. And I remember the first farming business we did was in cassava, somewhere in Kokia local government. So we are still there today, and we are there as champions. And Dr. Shane Davis, please, can you come to my side? God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. So we went, and it was a 25-acre size of cassava farm, and there we saw pepper. We knew what it meant to go to Nigeria and start up your business. Everything we left with disappeared. At a point in time, I found myself selling in Lagos just to balance the family, because we had invested a lot in agriculture, and you know how it is, it wasn't coming back so quickly. There were lots of challenges from the land issue. You purchase land, they want to kill you. You know, even though you have a C or like in Yoruba land, we say, I buy Jonah and it is when you see the goals you're looking for that you're going to see the mark on it. You know, they want to frustrate you. I'm talking about labor, especially in that kind of business that we went to, which is agriculture. You know, starting for laborers to work on your farm is another big deal. Everybody here sending their children to school to be doctors, to be lawyers, to be this and that. Nobody is actually sending the children to go back to the farms. So how do we source for laborers to work on our farm? But we thank God all those are in the past now. Another challenge we faced was how to sell our produce. By the way, we are producers of the finest. Special respect to Mr. Oluoye. He's our senior colleague. All right. So we have in market today 21 different products, not just food products, but 100% natural products. And there's no too much emphasis on that, because what we do is we ensure that we produce food that are void of any sort of chemicals. And on that table there, you see our beef products. Yeah, thank you so much, Atuma. And it's been preserved with the raw pepper from Nigeria. We have this one. It's called extra ladwanda. It tastes exactly like pounded yam, but it's nothing made with yam. It's actually a blend of local rice and a ripe plantain, and it's very good for your health. We have quite a lot. Talking about job creation, I remember in one of our farm locations in Oyo State, around the same area, I remember we were doing farming, cassava and all that. And at a point in time, we discovered that the men were working, yes. And then, but there was nothing much for the women to do. So we asked them, what do you know how to do? How can we help you? Of course, we also don't have enough money we want to dash out. So there must be value we can offer so that we can also, be a blessing to you. So they said, oh, they made locust beans. By the way, locust beans is the finest you've ever seen. We even went to process it into powder form. So instead of using your normal seasoning cubes, I don't want to call it the name we call it in Nigeria, but this one is so natural and you can use it for your meals. So we gathered all those women together. We said, okay, you know how to do Iru? Yeah, we are here for you. And then we just started putting the Iru together, process and everything. And that Iru business today generates well over 200 to 300 million naira. All those people every we really thank God. In the past 18 years, it's been an amazing journey. But we discovered that even though we are trying so much in our own little space, agriculture is still not accepted. Oh, we can sit here all day and talk about, we want to go to agriculture. Someone was telling me, a friend wants to start an agri company in Nigeria. And the first I said, is she relocating to Nigeria? Because if you're not, just for the biggest mistake of your life. You cannot be a farmer. But considering all the challenges that we went through in the past 18 years, 10 years ago, in 2015 to be precise, we decided to create a channel where people can actually, trade back home, get involved in what business that are going on back home. After having our fingers burnt, learn 1 or 2 lessons of things to do and never to go into anymore. We provided a platform for people, mostly from the diaspora, because we left. And some of them said, oh, Chimochi, how are you doing this? We would like to be part of this. And we help them establish plantain farms, cassava farms, groundnut farms, and we process all these food products and sell to about 200,000 registered members of Extra Life spread across 14 countries in the world today. And today we're here with Governor and Governor Mrs. They are the coordinators of Extra Life Farms here in the UK. We have about 4,000 members registered here in the United Kingdom. And next week Friday, we're having our own event, still celebrating passion, what people in diaspora do back home. After all these things, we discovered that, agriculture is still not where we want it to be. And there is one problem. Nobody really wants to be identified as a farmer in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, when they hear farmer, most times when I have the opportunity to speak at an event like this, I introduce myself as farmer. The first question, I'm calling myself something and you're telling me I'm not. And they say, no, you're not a farmer, you're probably a banker, though I was trained as an accountant, out of strong order. They say, hey, you're an accountant, you're not a farmer. Because they don't expect anybody looking like this to be a farmer. The picture of the farmer you have in your head is the man, bent, the very dirty and very poor and all that. But we are here to change the narrative by wearing a new apparel for agriculture in Nigeria. And that is why we have gone ahead to add more value to it. Oh yes, we're to farming. Oh yes, we're to food production. Oh yes, there's financial literacy campaigns, to people all over Nigeria on how they can do agriculture profitably. But what can we do more? We went ahead. I thought by now I think we have a video of our farm resort. I think it should be played by now. Media team, please. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so we went ahead to establish out of our 14 farm locations presently. Remember, we started with 25 acres at that time. So, don't know what you do, we can put tens of thousands of acres of farmlands, all over. Can we have the audio reviews so you can just have a look? So that's Extra Farms and Resorts in Nigeria, situated along Otaiji Local Road in Ogun State. I think my governor should be proud of us. Grouchy is there, Ogun State is also here. Okay, so we went ahead and established this resort. It's sitting on thousands of acres of land. It is a farm. In this location, you find palm plantations, groundnut plantations, cassava plantations, yam, and different type of things that we farm. We also have an animal husbandry section there, and then we brought someone into farming. What are we trying to do? We want to attract, entice, permit me to use the word lure, people into the farm for something else, and then you now come to the farm and just fall in love with agriculture. We started that in 2023, and the results, the response have been overwhelmingly amazing. From 2023 till date, we recorded tens of thousands of visitors who come there from schools for their excursions. By the way, school excursion is a major part of the Nigerian curriculum for schools. All schools must go on excursion, and most times they're looking for where to go to. So we bring them to the farm, we open our farms up to them, and surprisingly, we hear children not knowing that plantain grows from us. They think they break it up, we take them practically to the farm and they see. But at the end of the day, they come into a beautiful restaurant, they can sit down, you're in the farm. You come, to the gym area, you come to the swimming pool area, you are in the farm, mosquitoes are not chopping your head off, there's light, there's electricity, there's water, there's air conditioning, everything that you need. We do a lot of traveling around the world just to see what's happening in every country. How can we bring it back home? So that one of what you saw just now, we have only one type of that in the whole world, and we saw it in Jordan. And we said, even though there is no rock on our farm, we are going to do it. So we used that, we made a hidden cave in it, and it has a rooftop restaurant as well, running with all that cold water, all artificial. We're also about to build the only and the biggest beach in Ogun State, right inside our farm. What are we doing? We are bringing everything entertainment, everything fun, everything that can bring people to the farm so they can have a change of mindset about farming. Listen to me, when people come to the farm for their excursions, corporate companies come for their staff retreats, their trainings and all that, families come for their holidays. The first thing we ask them, would you like to be a farmer? Everybody says, go for it. But by the time you spend a day or two with us, it is intentional and it is almost compulsory. We do a farm tour for you. We take you around. Oh, yeah, imagine this facility, but in a farm in Africa. So by the time we take you around and see everything, you're able to experience how palm oil is being made locally, how gari is being made. You see, we didn't permit you to partake in one or two of these ventures. By the time you're leaving, even if you're staying with us for 2-3 days, you're already having a change of mindset. Asking again, would you like to be a farmer? And I said, yes, I'm interested. Tell me more about it. And with that, we are just made. We've been able to manage to, bring a new narrative, register something new and different in the mindset of our people. I don't know what happened about 47 today, but I'm also 47. I'm 48 in May, But ever since I was born, I've always been hearing about, children are the leaders of tomorrow. Mama, the leaders. So, but if is going to be the business of tomorrow for Africa. And those children are not exposed to what will be the future business of Africa, then it's going to be a problem. So that is why we ensure that we bring in the youth, we bring in everybody to come into the business. How can you support us? How can you be a part of what we're doing? Presently, this facility, like I said, is our 14th farm location. We have 12 actually in Nigeria, and we have 2 in our neighboring countries for the likes of Benin and Cameroon. Now, we are geared and all set to receive 1 million tourists in this resort every year for different reasons. And I want to please beg your pardon and encourage you. When next you come to Nigeria, the papers here has my direct number. Please make it a point of duty to visit this resort. We have pick-up and drop-off services. You become our responsibility from the airport. A lot of people are always thinking about security in Nigeria. Don't worry about that. We pick you up from the airport, make sure that you're not taking care of them. How can we create more jobs? How can we... Thank you very much. How can we create more jobs? How can we, you partner with us in promoting a very untapped, sector of our economy? We can be here talking about agriculture, fine. We can also talk about tourism, but there is a business in this pioneer state and people are not really looking into that direction at the moment, and it's called agro-tourism. And we are very proud to be championing that in Africa, and we want you to be part of this. Presently, Mr. People was saying we have close to 1,000 people on our payroll who directly or indirectly are working in different sectors. Some are farmers, some are cleaners, some are drivers, some are truck drivers, some are factory workers, some are accountants, some are sales and marketing people, and we have in our network of members in the Extra Life family, about 168,000 registered members at the moment, and up to a quarter of them are affiliates, people who work independently and remotely and are earning a lot just by promoting what we do in agriculture, food, health, and tourism space. So we are here to pitch to you today about partnering with us to promote agro-tourism in Nigeria in 3 different ways. Number one, the easiest one is by becoming a member of a holiday club. We call it the Extra Large Holiday Club. It's just 200,000 naira. I think that's about 10 pounds. 100. That's about 100 pounds. That's about 100 pounds to become a member of the Extra Large Holiday Club. It makes you a member for life. It also gives a complimentary stay at the resort. Thank you so much. Yeah, and then so that's number one. And by doing so, you are helping us to further create more jobs. Like I said before, we are attracting into the city 1 million tourists every year. If that happens, what it just did, it will help us provide jobs for 100,000 Nigerians. Because our statistics is 10 people taking care of 1 person. Sorry, 10 to 1. So for every 10 guests that we have, we have 1 staff. So if you have 1 million tourists visiting the resort and you divide that by 10, it means that you have actually helped us to create more jobs to 100,000 more people, the cleaners, the gateman, the security people, and all that. And secondly, we also want you to partner with us in providing more accommodation facilities for people at this resort. I'll be rounding up in 2 minutes. Thank you for your patience. 1 minute. So you can also partner with us by owning a home in this luxury resort. That home is yours for life, but we manage it and we provide as an Airbnb, like a short-let apartment for vacationers as they come to the resort. Other opportunities are there, but because of our time, please, the leaflet in your hand has direct numbers and email, and we will be very glad to hear from you. Thank you. And we also say a very big thank you to my adopted mother. She adopted me. She saw me first last year in Canada, and she just, went all out. We will not even be here today if not because of her. She told us about this event, and she's giving all the support. But she's not calling my diaspora. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. On behalf of all of us who migrated from wherever across the world to go back home and do something, and for the enabling environment that Nigeria is giving us, we'd like to present this to the #1 citizen of Nigeria on the seat today. He's not here. Okay, so please. Yeah. So we have one for ITF, we have one for the acting high commissioner, we have one for Bauchi, we have one for Katina, we have one for Mama Diaspora, and of course our amiable or Silva. Thank you for having us.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I know you've done so well so far. Or was that an inspiring video? Let's give a massive This is what you want to hear about. Honestly. Honestly. And let me say very quickly. Attention, please. Attention. 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 I'll start picking you up one by one if you want to go on, right? Just in case you're wondering about me, that's how I roll. Okay? Dr. Yegusi, you pioneered this industry. And the beauty about what you do is you keep on re-innovating. You not stay the way you were. And you have a new kids on the block with an innovative approach to this entire process. And what is so exciting about this whole thing is that the population is expanding. There is nobody who can dominate this market. So all competitors and competition welcome. And it forces everybody to keep the quality of their products on a higher level because we are more discerning as a community. So I like the combination of some of this produce here, plantain, and I believe you mentioned yam or something like that. This is the way to go. Another big hand, please. Let's go. And let's also thank the Dr. Yegusi. Let's give him also a big hand. High quality. We appreciate that. So one more speaker, then we're going to fill some Q&As, and then it's lunchtime. And if you're fortunate, the next speaker might be able to do a lightning job of this presentation, in which case we can vacate earlier. Help me to welcome, please, a very important individual to speak about the role in fostering a skilled workforce in Nigeria's economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Afiz Oluwatoyin Ogun, Director General CEO of the ITF. That's one.
Good afternoon. Please ask Auntie Abigail, the representative of Bauchi State government. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It will interest you to know that until about 17 months ago, I was, let me say, I'm still a member of this community, Nigerians in the Diaspora. I traveled to Dubai in 2004. I spent 19 years before I was called last year, 2023 October, to come and serve my father's land. By the grace of God, we'll be seen, we'll be noticed, and you'll be called one day to come and serve my father's land to big capacity. ITF is a Class A government parastatal. A mandate to promote and encourage the acquisition of human capital, to promote skill in technical and management, both in public and private sector. Of course, ITF had programs since 1971 when it was established. Various programs have come and gone. But the government of today, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, looked at Nigeria's space and found our artisans still poor. The same artisans that built those bridges in Lagos, the same artisans that built those skyscrapers in Lagos, the same artisans that built most of the buildings you see today in London and the roads you see today in London. Today, you and I know that you want to build your house in Nigeria, you go to Togo, Benin, and other places to import artisans. The president sees these as a big insult. Where are our artisans? What is happening to them? How can we encourage them? We call on ITF and told us, please upskill my artisans, Nigerian artisans, to international standard. We went out to the streets to just check what is happening to statistics, and we found out that it is not that Nigerians do not have artisans. We have fantastic artisans in Nigeria. But what is happening? We looked at everything and we came up with a solution. And the solution is the Super Skill of Artisan Program. What is Super? Super is a program whereby we collect all artisans in Nigeria, old, young, experienced, inexperienced, and intending artisans. We bring them into one hypothetical job. We train them for international standards in our local languages. Because the fact that you cannot read and write, the fact that you cannot speak English does not mean you are illiterate. Chinese men that come to Nigeria, the Bangladeshis that come to Nigeria, they cannot speak one sentence of English. So we push down out. We train them in our local languages and we give them international certification like city and guild person in our local languages. When they become certified, then we do. We don't just leave them. We train them in entrepreneurship, local entrepreneurship first, before we now give them 3 exits. However, during this training, one of the problems we discovered during our when we're taking the statistics of the artisans is the level of discipline. So before we train them on their different technical areas, we give them soft training in their local languages. We preach it to them. We don't just teach them to read and write it. We teach them as if we are pastors, we are imams. We change their orientation. We teach them project management. How do you manage your project? If you are putting a button on that floor, you have to use the principle of project management, or this in our local language. We also train and certify them. We are collaborating with the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria. We also give them soft training in quality management. That is one of the reasons why people go out to look for artisans elsewhere. Structure, strong structure, and aesthetics. We train them on quality management, also in our local language. Apart from this, we also train them on industrial safety. After this, we now go into their technical training, where they will get their certificate, and then we license them. A situation where all artisans in Nigeria will have their own license like drivers. That is where we are going. That is what we have started. Then, what is the exit point? What are the exit points from here? Our artisans, normally when we train Nigerian youths, we have seen trainings, or in the past, we train a carpenter, and we just give hammer and one sword that my grandfather used. It's no longer like that. This time around, we are going to train them. There is nothing like startup pack. We train them, and we have 3 exits. The first exit is we are collaborated with the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria, who they are now documenting the available jobs for artisans. We tell them these are the categories of work, and we will write the agreement, sign for them, and place them in their various jobs. Those are interested in 9-to-5 jobs. For the others, we have what we call talent export. We are collaborating with several countries, and this is where many of us here really gain. We are collaborating with countries outside Nigeria. We go to their chambers of commerce, ask them, what are the skills you need in your market? What are those skills that you really urgently need? Then they tell us, we get their curriculum, we get the standard they want, we go back home to our job, we train them. After training them, we license them, and we create a conduit pipe between Nigeria government and the government of that country. What happens now, what have been happening in the past is that Nigerians just come uninvited. Everybody struggles to come to go abroad just to find their own way to build their life. But this time around, it's going to be government to government. We know that the artisan you are employing here has a rope on his leg. It cannot misbehave, and it's licensed, and he has his record with the Nigerian government. And the third exit is MSME. It's a big one. It's a big one for us here because, as I said earlier, we are not buying startup parts for anyone of them. We are incubating businesses for them. We are incubating businesses in partnership with private businessmen like you and I also. I will say like you because I can no longer be a businessman until I finish my tenure. So many of us here, we send our money home for obituary. We send our money home for birthdays, Christmas. We send our money home for things that will not benefit us. We send our money home, and when we retire, you see, one thing I know as a former diasporan is, if Nigeria is good today, if Nigeria is better today, we will all return home. That I am sure of. If Nigeria is better, what do you go back home to do? Do you just go back home to that your house you have invested in building a gigantic building in the village? Who stays there? You go in there and you're looking for what to do. That big money you brought will finish within a year. So what you do is now you start investing. Imagine one of you now. Imagine we have a process of our business incubation. We have 6 types of our processes. I will just link one to you now, which is really concerning you, the diaspora. Imagine an artisan who is a welder. He finish, he becomes certified, he doesn't want to go abroad, and he doesn't want to work 9 to 5. He wants a business. For that artisan, if you create a business for that artisan, a business of 10 million for that artisan, 10 million naira for that artisan is rich in his own category. However, for you, we are going to make sure you have maybe 100 of such establishments. That to you is wealth. But to the artisan, that is too big for him. That small shop is wealth for the artisan. That is where you come in. That is where we link you up and we supervise all these. ITF, we sign for them. ITF, we stand in for them. ITF, we monitor them. And your money will not go down the drain. This MSME and the talent expert, together with those that really want to work, how do we make it such that we develop you gain from it, as well as the artisan? You have heard about the business incubation. What about the training? We are in need for this program about 10,000 training centers, technical training centers. That's where you also come in. Government of Nigeria will give you the artisans. We pay for the artisans. Imagine you having a private school and the government is paying for your students. That's the way it's going to look like. We pay the fee for these artisans. We pay for them and we train them. And you know what? When you have a training center, a technical training center, you don't train somebody technically without getting a job from outside. It's just like you have a teaching hospital. If you have a teaching hospital, you need patients. So you're also making money from that side. So you need clients to come in for you to be able to train the artisans. And when they come in, you make money from them, and you also make money from the government. And this program is a non-stop program. As they finish, the other set is coming in. As they roll on, the other set is coming in. We just completed a foundation program of 29,000 artisans. We are taking on board now 100,000 artisans, uplifting them to international standards. If you are interested in becoming a partner to these artisans, partners that will be supervised by the government, not just artisans that will be supervised by the government. You are here in UK, you are doing your 9 to 1 job, or you are doing your business here, and your account is building up in Nigeria, supervised by a Class A agency of the government. Sign and seal. You will never regret it. Please come back home. You see, people keep talking about home. There is this, there is that. I used to think like that until I came back to Nigeria. My brothers and sisters, Nigeria is sweet. Nigeria is the best place to be. I am telling you. Come home. Come home. Thank you. No.
Wow, what a morning. Okay. I believe some of you have questions based on what you've heard so far this morning. If you do, we can field those questions. If you don't, we can break for lunch. Entirely up to you. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Are you sure you want questions? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think it's time. You know, I think it's time for 1 second, please. Please pay attention to Toyin. She's going to give you instructions for lunch. If you make noise, we postpone.
Okay, because we're all hungry now, I think we're going to work out the lunch this way. I'll hold the first set of tables in front. We're going upstairs to the sky view. We don't want everybody in that room at the same time. So I'll call the first 3 tables in front here. I'll have the high table in the different room upstairs. And then I'll call the first 3 tables, and then she'll come back to call the next set of tables. And so you don't stay on the queue for long. So you're free to have your lunch in the sky view room. So the first 3 tables, the next 3 tables, and then the next 3 tables, and then we'll go the rest of the back. Please, let's all be orderly, please. I beg you all. So we have enough for everyone. Thank you.
So what we do. We are going to make sure you don't have a long wait. I know that's your primary issue right now, right? We're going to go very fast. So these first 3 tables, please take them upstairs. And then a little wait, and we come get you. A little wait. Don't worry. You're not going to keep waiting for long. High table is going to a special window, right? Okay. Awesome. First set of tables.
Something like streaming. How far as the please let's start with your name, please, and where you've come from.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Salih. I'm coming from Nigeria. I'm the honorable
Oh, lovely. What has been your impression so far? You are one of the states being featured. Thank you very much.